rebuilding itself from the ashes after what war, after whatever. It's just the towns are far apart. They're not too big an too many inhabitants. Bleh. Stop thinking in German brain, go to English. Oh, by the way, are you recording?
Yes. I just started.
Yeah, I completely forgot.
Yeah.
Well, I kept waiting for you to say, okay, start recording.
Yeah.
But you
If I
didn't.
if I start game mastering like that, just record.
Yes.
Just record. Don't worry about me. Sometimes I'll forget it because I don't have it on a list or something. So
Okay.
you've been traveling this area, and in the distance you see a small town. The houses seem to be bigger than usual. Not giant, but a little bigger than what you would associate with a human inhabitant. But then as you get closer, you realize there's actually different sized buildings here. There's buildings the size of from gnomes, for halflings, for dwarves, right up to the Goliath.
Wait, hold on a sec. Did you just say gnome?
I just said gnome.
You mean gnome?
No, it's gnome.
No, it's pronounced gnome. The G is silent.
I know. Yes, I know. I said my brain's in German. In German, the G is not silent. Gnome. The gnomes. Damn, I've been in Germany too long. So there is houses for gnomes and halflings, dwarves, pretty much everything up to Dragonborn and Goliath. Do you want to enter the town or do you want to avoid it? Oh, these houses are all pretty much natural color. They're made from local rock or have been painted or something. You're not really sure, but they seem to blend into the landscape anyway.
Do I see any people moving around?
Yes, you do.
Do they seem friendly?
They seem to be going about their daily life. They don't seem to be on guard or anything. If they're friendly or not, you don't really know until you get closer.
I'm going to head for the town.
There doesn't seem to be a natural weariness about them.
Okay, I'm going to head for the town.
Okay, you're heading to the town. Mr. Zero. Count Zero. Sounds like a Coca-Cola drink.
Yes, ma'am.
You have been sitting in Adrana for the last 3 days. You have been given a room in the tavern, which you actually have to pay for, because for some really irritating reason, another bard actually beat you to the punch.
I spend those days learning from the bard.
Yeah, it's not a problem. You have actually both started to talk a bit. At first, you're both wary of each other. I mean, it is the competition and everything. But once you actually realize you have different skill sets, you sort of not really warm up to each other. You tolerate each other. You say hi, and things like that. And it's, as I said, it's been 3 days. And actually on this day, the first bard decides to take a longer break and says, well, you've got the stage. So I'm going to actually have Necro and Count Zero describe their characters to each other and do a small introduction. So like interaction between each other.
They're both playing balls.
Okay, sorry, but it cut out for a little bit. How are our characters meeting?
You have been in the tavern for about a week, and 3 days ago a second bard came. Now, because you had beaten him there, you've been given the role of bard in the place for that time, and you were initially very weary of the other bard, as he was of you. But after a few days, you've sort of heard him play his instrument, sing a few songs, and he's been watching you. so you've realized your skill sets are not the same. So you wouldn't. His skill set's different to yours. His type of entertainment is different. And on the third day, you take a longer break than you normally would, and offer the other bard literally the stage so he can do his thing.
Okay.
I mean, sometimes knowing another bard, they can get, if they know of a noble or something who has a particular style, who knows? Maybe he could be a connection. So you guys should describe each other and have a small interaction.
So, Shop is a 6 foot a lot half orc. His clothes are very, very poor. But he carries a ready smile everywhere he goes. And you notice that as you've played for the last 3 days that he's been there, he has always waited until you were done, and then waited longer. After you go to sleep, his act, I guess you could call it, starts, and you have weird dreams about loud singing.
Okay. Honestly, that seems a bit odd. You don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So Mr. is a human standing at about 5'8", 5'8", 5'10" and he wears what looks to be basically like a rather nice looking coat, which he wears half over one shoulder, and the rest straight behind him. A belt made of what looks to be a long piece of ribbon, which he lets just flow to the side. When he performs, he doesn't necessarily like play an instrument. He does like play an instrument, but his performance is more in the spectacle of it, using casting illusions and creating light and altering the lights and creating lights to accentuate his performance. Like singing, dancing, and just generally putting on a spectacle. Try to put on a spectacle. All of which is he seems to have this like almost constant smile on his face as he's doing all of this.
Okay.
Yeah, so Vincent we're going to wake up the next day and go downstairs wondering what the heck that dream was about. Just kind of sits down at the bar and just sits down at the bar and orders some breakfast, just trying to figure it out.
So Shup comes down, some breakfast as well, and his eyes are a little bit red, and his nose seems a little puffy as well. He kind of looks over at you and nods, and tucks into his breakfast.
Are you doing? You doing it?
The innkeeper will actually come up to your character, Josh, and say, yeah, now that you're actually working in the tavern, you need to sit over at that table there. He literally sets you at the not the worst table, but not the best, and you was currently sitting at the best. You get food as in exchange for your food and board. You entertain the guests. So yeah, I need my best table for paying guests. You need to go sit over there with the other one.
He looks at the innkeep, then looks over at the other bard. Okay. He gets up and trundles over to the other bard. Shop sit?
Yeah. You are both yeah. So, yeah, Necro, the second bard, comes over and joins you at the table. Did he just get booted?
Looks that way.
Oh, damn. He'll be back in a moment. So, going back to Amber. Amber, you've had a bit of an issue. He should be back in a moment. Discord's has been a pain in the bottom this day, the last couple of days. Kicked the whole server yesterday. That was rather funny. You've been wandering in the desert for a while, and you started to suffer from the serious effects of dehydration when you see a town. And some distance before you, you see a really big figure. You don't have the feeling of hostility from the creature. You more have the feeling she's just traveling and just wants to get to the town. Same as you do. Yeah. Do you want to speed up to try to catch up to her, or do you want to stay behind her? Yeah. Kosana, you've been moving around. You're rather tired, but you notice quite quickly that somebody's approaching behind you, especially when you hear a rather soft, gentle voice, almost like the water as it runs over a brook. Speak behind you. Welcome back, Necro.
Yeah, sorry about that. Discord crashed.
Yeah, it happens. Yeah. You got Amber.
So what did I miss?
Yeah, you basically missed the other bud coming and sitting down next to you at the table.
Okay.
But Kosana, if you and Amber want to do your exchange in text, that's fine too. Then the two bards can do their bardic.
Yeah, let's do that.
Bardic
Then
bardiness.
No, then the two bards can do their pissing competition in voice chat. I can see it between these two. They're just so different. It's going to be funny. So yeah.
So this big half-orc walks up to you and points at the chair. Shop sit?
If shop like.
He sits down and smiles at you.
So, haven't actually seen you perform. What do you do, big fellow?
He pulls out a very large bell. It looks a lot like a cowbell. Play song.
Are you kidding me? He plays a cowbell.
I am not kidding you.
Does he have to have more cowbell?
Only when he's got a fever.
God damn it!
Now you'd see why I wasn't worried about similar characters.
Yeah. Sorry, just that I've been a lot of meme characters in one game. I've had this recently. Like one guy was playing a paladin of communism, but there was this other guy who was literally just playing Goku. Not just Goku, a gender bent Goku. So just in case I'm kind of burned out on meme characters at this point. But anyways, yeah. He goes, well, that's that's only an instrument.
Gift from friend Tack.
Does Tack also like cowbell?
Seemed to. He taught Shup everything no.
I see. So why do you play a cow? So what? So why haven't everything you perform?
Shup got kicked out of Old Inn.
Okay, why did you get kicked out of the inn?
Shup not know. After Tack left, Shup no have room.
Did you forget to pay for your room?
Shup not know he needed to pay for that room.
Well, that certainly explains a lot.
He smiles again. Shup learned.
Oh, but you pay for this room. That's also the question of why I've never seen you perform it before.
He holds out a flask. Drink?
Necro, did you hear what he said?
No, it kind of cut out for me again.
He holds out a flask to you, and he says, drink?
It's a bit early in the morning to drink, don't you think?
Bit early to drink. And he takes a swig.
Apparently not to you, it isn't. Well, I suppose you're gonna get a hangover if you're never sober.
How do you sing without drink?
Quite easily.
He scratches his head.
This seems to be a new concept to you, isn't it?
Well, yes.
Why is sorry, I need to say. Why has this guy jumped into the game chat?
Who is in game chat?
There's a Z guy jumped into the game chat.
I'm not actually sure.
Yeah, Zed, can you get out? We're kind of in the middle of a game.
Necro.
Yeah.
Let me deal with it. I know you appreciate it and all, but let me deal with it. You know I don't like KO Game Mouse Stream. Zed, if you need to ask any questions or anything, you are more than welcome to approach me in direct message or in general chat. But we actually do have a session going at the moment.
I'm just watching.
Yeah, but it's a private
We
thing.
don't permit that on the server without permission from the dungeon master at that time.
Oh,
Normally,
okay.
Yeah, honestly, this server was supposed to be 6, so that I'm just saying.
Necro, I
What?
know you're trying to be helpful, but I asked you to let me deal with it, didn't I?
Okay.
Thank you very much. As I said,
All right. Well, you have a good day then.
thank you very much. You're more than welcome to ask for the future, but we do ask that the. My mind's going to German again. We do ask that that people who wish to view give. Can you just step out? Can you just step out for? Can you step out for a moment? Thank you. Are you guys against him actually listening in?
I would prefer him not to.
Okay, that's enough for me. One person said no. It's fine.
Yeah, Amber agrees.
Yeah, it's enough that one person says no.
Okay. So where were we?
You were discussing different concept of playing music. He seems to be so very surprised that you don't need to get drunk to sing.
Oh yeah. Well, would you like an example of being able to perform without the need for alcohol?
Shup looks at him like, well, duh, of course.
Wonderful, a captive audience. As Vitismo grabs his hat off the grabs his top hat off the counter and just flips it and just tries to flip it onto his head so it lands on him. Watch and learn. As Vitismo walks up to the front the center stage at the bar. How many people are around?
It's currently morning, so there's not really that many. There's a tavern keeper, the two barmaids that help him there, and the stable boy, and they're having breakfast.
Those are the ones. How would you feel about coming back later and watching it?
Shup happy to.
Wonderful. And I'm not sure where to go from here.
Yous are just in the process of discussion when the door opens.
Okay.
And standing at the door is a young maiden, very pretty. She's got a slight blue coloring to her, and her motions really flow. She seems to... And she literally appears to be tiny compared to the female that stands next to her. She's huge. I will let them both take over describing their characters, and you guys may interact. Hosanna and Amber, you've both actually joined Approach the Tavern.
Yeah, she asked the question.
Okay.
Can't she just share a pic?
Hosanna, can you start? And Amber, actually, I'd rather you go with the first one. You can share a pic as well, but describing your character and such is part of the process of learning. You don't have to say it, but if you just type up a very short description, it would be nice.
Okay. So I'm the very large female, 8'8". I duck to come in the door, gesturing for the smaller female to go before me. Well, this looks like a place we might get a bite to eat and a drink. What do you think?
Shep looks up and murmurs to himself, big girl.
But just weird things for a moment about whether or not he should. Assuming there seems to be like some other people to actually enjoy to watch, whether or not he should go on with this performance. You know, I'm gonna roll D20. High he does it, low he doesn't.
If you're on roll 20,
Yeah.
what did I say?
Get out of roll.
Get out.
Okay, I'll go to do it on my another roll 20 or the bod.
That's fine. It's fine. I actually have dice next to my computer just for that.
Okay, well, can you roll D20 then? Or D2 or 4?
I'll roll a d6. Even you go ahead with it.
Oh, we're
It's a
gonna
six.
die.
You're going ahead with it.
Okay then. Just want to take decides. Fuck it, why not? As he starts by casting dancing lines and having them float around the bar, try and set a mood. Meanwhile, as he's doing that, he casts minor illusion and uses that to start playing some music. It's some like rather up it's rather up tempo and kind of jazzy. As he's like stands there with his top hat on and like tapping his foot while leaning on his cane.
And look, breakfast and a show.
Shep starts clapping in time with his music.
Boom, boom. Quite a loud clapping sound. But it doesn't disrupt the song. It actually adds to it a bit. It brings a bit of bass into it and gives it just a little bit more of a kick.
Yeah. As the beat started to get a bit faster and energetic, as the beat starts to get to the chorus, and just when he takes off his hat, all the lights fly into it, and as they do, he like flips his hat upside down, places it on the ground, then like pulls it upwards, and that seems to pop it like an illusion of a grand stage as he casts silent image.
Yeah, it's not a problem. Describe it. I said I'm not doing rolls. I want you to describe it.
Okay, yeah. So
What
as yeah,
atmosphere do you want to build? What do you want to get out of this? This is your spell.
yeah,
It's your combination of spells. So you describe it.
yeah. So as like yeah, so you feel like the lights just burst forth in a flash, and as they move around the room, they start to like make it look a bit different, a bit more extravagant, a bit more like grand, and extravagant. This like a stage with curtains appears behind him as like I guess ribbon sort of things like start like flowing across the edges of the room. And the tables get decorated by what looks to be some big top styled called tablecloths. As he bursts into starts singing along with the music and dancing with it. Don't have any actual music at the moment, so
Okay. So, how do the rest of you act to this display?
Shep stopped clapping, and his eyes go wide as he watches the spell around him.
the thing of it is basically lights are going around the room as it's like going around the room as light dimmens and the begin to rise. They all flow back to him, go to his top hat, slams the top hat on the ground, and lifts it up, causing the lights to go flying out. And as they glide along the area, it basically turns the area around Ventissimo into more of a grand circus stage. So Amber, did you get that? Yeah. And then after doing that, he starts to sing and dance along to the music. Sorry, my throat's a bit dry. Okay, so I'll try describing it again. So what he did was lights went around the room, music started. He waved his hand and the music started to build, while he stood there like tapping his foot along with the music. And as music gets to a bit of gets to the to a rise in the chorus, the lights fly back into his hat. He slams it onto the ground, then raises it up again, causing the lights to go flying around the room. One. As they fly around, the room appears to change into. Yeah, the room appears to change into more of a circus top stage. A big top stage.
I think I'm going to very shortly be kicking somebody. If he gets all preachy, I'm kicking him.
Oh God!
Ghost, you stay in character and get back into mischief mode.
I'm sorry, I'm just reading the thing. This is oh God. Okay.
I'll read it later.
So it's just a little bit distracting. Yeah, so he does that. So what's everyone's reactions to it?
Well, will Amber read? Do we still have Kosana there?
Yes.
So You just saw a rather interesting display. How do you react to it?
She's gonna. The very large female stands there and watches it for a few moments with a look upon her face and goes, "Well, that's kind of nice. Much better than what I expected." And then sits down with Amber, with the little blue one.
Aurora, she said her name was.
Aurora.
Aurora Borealis. Yeah.
So, are you hungry as well, Aurora?
Should I say what Ventismo does next, or does someone else want to do something?
There's currently interaction between two. Yeah. So, Shup. There's something nudging you in the back of the mind that. Does Shup have spells?
He does. I'm not in Roll20, so I can't remember what he has. But yeah, he has spells.
Just consider you've got spells that enhance your performance, so you can use them if you want.
Except he doesn't know how.
Just, you feel something nudging you in the back of your mind, and you have the urge to present your skills. Almost as if this bard is challenging you, but not in a way that's threatening.
Shup gets up and looks around, kind of blushes, and gets up on the stage.
Yeah. What? Describe what you do. I'll describe the rest in a moment.
He kind of looks up, blushes again, looks back down. He pulls out his cowbell.
Yes.
Hang on just a sec.
He's looking for one of his songs because I told him he had to sing.
Okay. Oh, did we have to sing? Okay, I would have found a song we probably would have tried to find some songs then.
You know for the future, Necro. At the moment, you just did an instrumental, so that's okay.
No, I said he's dancing and singing.
Okay, you better go grab some songs then.
He starts striking his cowbell in a very steady cadence.
Yeah.
Some say the Baylor is dead, the Baylor is dead, the Baylor is dead. Some say the Baylor is dead, buried in Mirabar. More say he rose again, he rose again, he rose again. More say he rose again and joined the Elvish army.
Please make a note you had a point of inspiration.
He slowly puts his cowbell back down, kind of peeks up underneath his eyebrows, and smiles a little bit.
What the rest of you see is, while he is singing, you suddenly see a Baylor appear to the side, and you see the words that he sings are acted out in the illusion. It's not great detail. It's rather basic.
Well, you have no idea what a Baylor looks like either, so.
That's what I said. It sort of could be what it's something. But you see a big evil creature. They're very basic in form and such. And yeah, his song is literally acting out next to him in a very simple illusion. you can make a note, Josh, that your character has basic understanding of minor illusion, or whatever the first level spell is that you do, that the bard uses for such things.
Got it.
Basic. Yeah. Big ugly demon. That's dangerous. Yeah. And then you can describe what you do after you finish your song.
I turn to the other bard and hold out my flask again that I take from my hip. Now want drink?
Neko. Don't make me poke you.
Sorry.
Stop zoning out.
Yeah. So I'm trying to find a song.
No pressure to do it now. I meant
Okay.
in general.
Okay, sorry. Okay, so yeah.
So maybe you want to describe that again, Josh, so he gets the description.
So I pull my flask from my hip again and I hold it out to the other bard. Now want drink?
No, I'm quite fine right now.
He shrugs and takes a sip. Then he goes back to his breakfast.
Guys, anybody awake?
You hear him mutter as he walks away. See, Shup said drinking and singing go together.
Yeah.
Did you hear what he said?
Yeah, he offered him a drink. He offered him a drink, then put it back, didn't he?
And as he walks away, he mutters to himself, see, singing and drinking go together.
Not always my big friend.
A young maiden goes over to the two ladies. Oh, good morning, welcome. How may I be of service? Shall I list our breakfast specials? Yes, of course, my lady. I will fetch you some water for both of you.
Yes, it's a bit too early to be drinking heavily.
Okay. But judging from how you look, my lady, addressing Aurora, she does acknowledge you, Hosanna, so she doesn't ignore you, but she seems to be a little bit concerned about the state of Aurora. Oh my, yes, our desert weather has not been very friendly to you. I will get some water for you both, and then I will give you the list of breakfast specials. And she dashes off. She does it elegantly, almost, and with a sway of the hips, the sort of action you would expect from a stereotypical barmaid. And she is quite quickly back with a large pitcher and 2 glasses of water. One is larger than the other. And you actually, Kasana, you have the feeling it was made for somebody of your size. It's not just an extra large human cup or something. It really is a proper sized cup. She puts both cups down, the bigger one before Kasana, the smaller one before Amber, and fills them both up. I will leave this here. If you need more, I will collect some for you. Our breakfast specials are porridge with dried fruits. The dried fruits that we currently have available are raspberries, apples, or pear. We have bread with cheese, bread with meat and cheese. Moment. Tostin, do we still have any of the pancakes? Yeah. Oh, we have pancakes with prickly pear jam. The prickly pear jam is house made.
You know, by God, if you're gonna do it, do it.
Yes, of course, my lady. And yourself, ma'am?
Could I get the same along with a bit of porridge, please?
Yes, of course. So one porridge. Would you like fruit on that, or would you like it plain? Oh, we also have cinnamon, sugar and cinnamon together. If you wish that on your porridge.
That sounds wonderful.
Okay, so that's two bread with meat and cheese and the porridge. I'll be back in a moment. It may take a bit longer with the porridge. We make it fresh. Well, it's not quite finished at the moment. So she scurries off and after a time brings back the bread with meat and cheese, leaving again before returning a bit after that with your porridge and cinnamon and sugar. So Kusana and Amber can continue to interact if they want in chat. The barkeeper comes over to the two bards. What to do? You're both entertain in your own way, and I have to admit, I've never heard a cowbell sound so sweet. And your taste in songs is definitely what I need later at night when my guests are a little bit more wily. Would you two consider maybe working together?
I don't see why not.
Shep grins and nods.
I can give you board and keep and let's say 6 copper a day. I know it is normal for bards to get more, but to be honest, business has been a little slow lately.
Shep starts trying to count on his fingers. He looks like he's struggling.
No, it's not intended that people could. So
Yeah.
I'm just working on that now. Missions. Why is this thing not shut down? crap. Necro,
Yeah.
I got
shut it
2
down so
feet
others
on you.
can't see it.
Okay, hold on.
What?
I got 2 feet on you.
For some reason I can't do that.
Here we go.
Thanks. Both, please. Just tell me when. So, was it shut down? Damn, I hate that.
Yeah. How do I add a roll? I don't think I can add a roll, so I have to add it individually.
I think I need Slava to do that. So you guys interact. I'll talk to Slava about it.
Okay, yeah. So if you get into a roll,
Yeah,
No,
Yes, that's how you do it.
Okay, awesome. No, I worked that out quickly. I'm too dumb.
wait, that's how you do what?
With rolls, like you were saying. I have my own server that I run.
How do you add rolls then?
It's in server settings. You have to create a custom role.
Where is it?
Hang on. Server settings, and then roles. There's a little plus next to the roles. You add a new role.
That's what I meant. I need to hit Slava up about
You,
that
need to
one.
add you can add a roll to it, but you need to put the roll in it in the first to begin with.
Right. So what you do is you create the role, you set the access permissions, then you assign it to whoever needs
Okay,
it.
so how do you create a roll though?
We can't. Only Slava can.
Exactly.
Yeah, it might be, he might have reserved that for owner only.
Nudge, nudge. No. So you guys can continue.
It seems almost like every time you look over at their table, he's smiling back at you. Not one of those creepy, uncomfortable smiles, just a very soft smile. The only thing that makes it off is the tusks.
Regardless of the tusk, there's no feel of threat or anything coming from him. Nobody feels a sense of threat or danger, and nobody feels that he's stupid.
He waves back.
And Amber, you have money. You have basic equipment. I just didn't get a chance to go over it with each of you today, so you guys take basic equipment. If you want a special item, except Amber, who's I already know about, hit me up in direct message about it.
Okay.
Just take the equipment from the characters and from the player handbook and everything.
Yeah, as the
Amber, I'll do
developers,
that with you later.
Yeah, as they smile and wave to them, like Vidismo takes off his hat, puts it to his chest, and then gives them a bow. Along with a smile.
Yeah, she smiles back. Well, they certainly seem happy.
It doesn't. So just like walks up to everyone and goes, "Well, hello, ladies. So, how did you enjoy the show?" So,
Actually, it was. I did describe it being next to you. You didn't see it.
Perfect.
So you have a basic understanding of it, but you can't trigger it on your own at the moment.
Magic
You'll eventually make click and go, aha.
Magical. Quite entertaining.
well, thank you. I do try.
Yeah. So, yeah. The barkeeper actually approaches Aurora and Corey, and looks to the bigger one first. So how about it, young lady? A few of my guests can be a bit hot-headed and need to occasionally be shown the door. Looking for employment? Could use somebody who knows how to handle herself. Interested in a bit of bouncing work? Can't pay you much. I can give you room, keep, and a couple of copper a day.
Sure. I can do a bit of bouncing.
I don't mean bouncing up and down. I do mean throwing the occasional hothead out, breaking up fights, knocking heads together if it comes to that.
She looks down at the floor and looks up at her. Well, me bouncing up and down would be bad for your floor, I think. So I'm okay with throwing hotheads out.
Okay, sounds good. He then looks to Aurora. You're a pretty lass. Would you be interested in earning a bit of money? Sometimes my girls, I need a third girl so the other lasses can take a break every now and then. They're currently working long shifts every day, and if I could have a third girl who helps out, and basically then every third night you could have a break. Would you be interested in board keep and a few copper pieces? Of course, my girls will show you how to do the work. We wouldn't just expect you to do it on your own.
Oh, my butt hurts. That's why I got the pillow.
Did she just say the same thing?
Yes. I think I'm getting old, baby.
You and me both.
Now,
Okay. So we're going to be working at a bar together.
There. Why am I getting images of Roadhouse?
well, it'd only be for a couple of weeks until my daughter gets back from visiting her husband's parents. They took the new young'un with them to visit. So it'd only be a couple of weeks. I mean, your friend here, she's staying. And we have a natural spring in the cellar where we can set it up so you don't dry out and everything.
Natural spring, you say?
Yeah, it's one of the few here we seem to. Well, we're close enough to Varus there that the Fey magic carries out over here, and well, we have the spring seems to have developed itself quite permanent. It's been here for the last 25 years. Well, I don't know if you want to travel on. If you want to go further out of town. I mean, I'm surprised you weren't attacked. We've had some issues with some very strange creatures the last couple of months, to be honest. It's why business is a bit tight. But the locals, they know if we get a bard in, they may come a bit more. May help keep things from getting too tight. Hey, who knows? Maybe they'll even risk the road for a double act. And, well, we sent a couple of young men off to go get to the next city, so they would send out some soldiers to take care of the mess. So if you want to wait a couple of weeks until they get here and deal with the issue, it's probably safer. I mean, I can pay you 4 copper a day, and you will have a warm, dry bed and a good hot meal to fill you up. And of course, you can all the water you need. I mean, alcohol's not included in that. You was actually heading through at the moment. All of you were heading through and sort of ended up here. Necro Mojo has heard the stories, and well, he had a bit of an issue when he tried to leave a couple of days ago. He was pretty much chased back into town by the bandits. So yeah, it seemed to be fairly dangerous. But you were, however, in no rush. You want to move on, but you don't have there's nothing urging you to leave straight away. Actually, the idea of a natural spring that's connected to the Feywild is very intriguing, because there's a chance that there's elemental water there, and that is the water in its purest form. And if you can get some of that, you can travel through the desert for a couple of weeks and not have to worry about drying out, because the elemental water will literally keep you safe. Oh, you'd just be you'd be serving our guests drinks, bringing them drinks, pouring drinks, serving them food, chatting with them, just basically helping keep the atmosphere light and keeping them here so they spend a bit more money. That does not cover, I don't permit my guests to touch my girls. I don't believe in that. If the girls want to do something, that's their choice. Otherwise, it's not allowed. Looking towards the bards, making that last part a bit louder so that they hear it.
What?
Shut them confused.
So I would never even dream of it.
Now, if you want to be touched by one of the guests, that's your thing. I won't ask questions. But if any of them touch you, then your friend here will show them the door, and they'll be bad, and they'll get kicked out until their wandering hands don't wander so far, or don't wander at all. Yeah. Well, I haven't had a problem with my guest touching my girls in a long time. Well, at least none of the locals. The occasional visitor from out of town. Can't help that, sorry. But if they do, as I said, your friend here will show them the door and they'll make them go on along their merry way, because I've got the only tavern in town. So, yeah. Well, I can pay you both 4 copper a day, 2 meals, and a bed. Doreen, do we still is the last room upstairs in the attic all sorted out? And the last room on the 3rd floor there should be a second bed. The room where the bard is staying, the bards can bunk together and the 2 young ladies can share the room up in the attic. Yeah, I'll just go and check. I'll be right back. Yeah, and a young lady runs upstairs to check the room. Just realised. Hey, Toby. Go get the Maverick brothers. Tell them that we need them to bring up the spare bed. We need to build that up in the attic for the young lady here. So he wanders off and starts sending people running and scuttering around and such. Seems they don't have a bed big enough upstairs for Corey, but they are arranging it. So you bards may need to decide either going to do it.
I'll be right back.
Okay. So that should have just shut down everybody. Sorry if I'm a bit distracted. I'm just trying to shut down my room. I shut down chat here.
Okay.
That's fine.
Okay, yeah, the only people that can access it now are the moderators and us.
Yeah, I just realised that everyone hadn't been shut down completely.
Yeah, unfortunately, DMs and stuff, they always have view these.
Yeah, I wish we could actually stop that. Although it
Yeah,
does get
I really think only moderators should have access to all of them. Like, why does the
Now
DM need an access to another DM thing?
No, I want to talk to Simona about that.
Yeah.
Do you need something? I do, but I need something more
Because I
solid.
really don't like the fact that there's a
I need
DM
that
going
dinner.
and reading the chats and taking ideas of it from it for his world, for his version.
Yeah.
Sorry, that doesn't sit right. I mean, if you see it and get the idea, then at least approach the DM and say, "Look, I read this in your chat. Can I use it?" But we're being recorded, so I shouldn't complain. Bad taste. So, yeah. So pretty much, you two, Necro and Count, basically get kicked off their table again. This table's even a little bit worse situated than the other one. It's not as light or such. It seems to be the staff table.
Shup happily sits down at the table.
Yeah. You actually basically are told, go sit with the ladies. So now,
Yeah, with this small world, you hooks onto a chair with his game and pulls it underneath him as he sits down. Oh wait, what does bring you two here anyway?
Sam is currently AFK. So, but why can they?
He
He
smiles,
smiles at you.
Hi,
Hi,
Aurora.
Aurora.
I'm
Shop.
Shop.
And I am Vintissimo. Pleasure to meet you.
So 4 should keep. Wait, no, we're 5 people, aren't we?
No, it's not Antissimo, it's Vintissimo.
We're 5 people, aren't we?
4.
No, 5.
Oh, including yourself. Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. No, we're 5 at the moment. I just wanted to shut something down.
Shep smiles at you and holds out his flask. Want drink?
Why are you always trying to...
You.
Why are we trying to get everyone to drink? I mean, it's still early in the morning.
One of the things you are aware of, Necro, is people. You need to know how to read people, and you may have at first had the impression that Shup was a little slow, maybe a little dumb, but you actually start to realize after the story he told you, you start thinking about it and putting 1 and 1 together, and you quickly come to the conclusion he's not dumb, he's uneducated. You notice that in his performance and everything, he, in comparison to the little bit that you registered from last night, his performance seems to have actually very slowly improved over the last day. You notice that incorporating things from what you do, not everything. It's like he grasps at pieces and he tries to bring it in. It's like he's, yeah, you would almost say he's not really a bard, but he's someone with potential to be one.
What he's learned about alcohol is that for the most part, it tends to make people happier when he sings. Think old Irish pubs, right? You get everybody drunk, you get them all singing, and they're all brothers. That's what he knows about being a bard. So when he offers a drink, it's not to get people drunk, it's to help them to be happy.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Dinner cooking. Yay.
Ooh, yummy.
Did we start the oven?
Wait, what are we doing in the oven?
Like fries or something?
Do we have fries?
Yeah, we got tons of fries.
Okay.
I'll grab it.
Shep turns to, what is it, Corey?
Yes.
Holds
Out his flask and says, want a drink?
Later.
That's what I said. So, Corey, what brings you here?
Just roaming.
Well, that's to be a reason for your roaming.
Why? I am looking for a new home. Or to beat people up, depending on the day.
Both two in one day would be good.
You know, weirdly, there's a lot. Would be a lot. Thinking about it, there would be a lot of crossovers between both of those goals.
What was that?
As he says, weirdly, thinking about it, there would be a lot of crossover between those goals.
There would be a lot of potential for crossover for those two goals.
Basically, he's saying that there's like several situations where you could try to get a new home and beat someone up at the same time.
Oh, she just got a temporary home where she can do that, so...
Yeah, the barkeep's real nice. He just gave me a place to sleep and the opportunity to beat people up.
And free food.
And free food. It's
money
a
on top of
win-win.
that. No, you actually get paid to beat people up. Even better.
And he said something about pay, so... Bonus!
Guys, don't forget Amber's there.
And I get to protect the little one. She smiles down at Aurora. Oh, I'm hungry. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I didn't realize I was hungry until I went in there and started cooking. Oh my god.
Honestly, I prefer if we didn't need to fight people as well. I'm a lover, not a fighter.
Oof.
Yeah.
Then the barkeeper comes over, says, yeah, so you ladies are third floor, it's the attic, straight to the end, last door on the left. That's the room you're sharing. And we're just, the Maverick brothers will be bringing over a bed for you. The other bed's a bit too small. Might not even hold you. Well, it's not much of a bed. I mean, I think somebody called it a futon, some sort of weird low-lying bed. You two gentlemen are on the second floor, straight to the end, left side.
Shep looks up at him and smiles again. Thank you.
Well, are we sharing a room? Did you hear me?
Yes, you're sharing a room. I mean, if that's not enough for you, then... I mean, you know where the door is. You know what happened last time you tried to leave. Didn't really work out for you.
Very well, then I'll have to get used to it.
Well, you are getting paid this time. He hasn't been paying you the last days.
Okay. What is it getting paid now?
6 copper. You know that you normally would get more, but considering you know it doesn't get that full at the moment, so you think 6 copper is actually pretty okay. It's what he could probably afford at the moment. So then he says, yeah. Concerning drinks, you are permitted. Let's see. All the warriors can drink, of course. And you can have, let me see. 8 credit for drinks. Harder stuff can be up to 3 credit per drink. Beer ale is 1 credit. Well, the herbal tea is also 1 credit. Wine is 2 credits. He then opens a book and he asks for each of you. You were Aurora, right? I understood you were Aurora. Looking at Aurora.
No, it looks Ventissimo. Sorry.
It's okay. Okay, Aurora Firebolt. Interesting name.
Wait a minute. You're a water genasi, but you have Firebolt in your name? And Aurora, which is technically something that happens in the sky.
Your name was Corey? Looking to Corey?
Yes, just Corey.
Okay, just Corey. He wrote your name? Shup. If I remember you, Shup or Chup? What was it?
Shup.
Shup. Okay, writes it out. And yes. Vertissimo.
He looks at the barkeep. No. Takes the pen and puts an X next to his name. Points at it and says, Shup.
No. Shup. That is the mark you make when you cannot write.
He
He nods. Shup.
No. Shup. I think I have something for you. Hey, Doreen. You want to practice so you could become a school teacher one day? This lad here, he can't write. Do you want to practice teaching by teaching him maybe to sign his name? Literally pointing at Shup.
He looks confused. Can write? Shup.
Then he points at all the other letters and says, Aurora Firebolt. Her, Aurora Firebolt. Corey, then points at something. Corey. Then says, Shup, points at you. Shup, not at the cross. He scratches that out. Shup. And then he says, writes down the other bard's name, points at him, and repeats it. And he repeats this a number of times. He actually then writes down a letter. It's an A. 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 Writes it again. A. Wait, what am I doing? Doreen, you're to teach this one to read. Well, I don't know if reading will work, but you should at least teach him his name and maybe some of the letters. I don't know how long he'll be here. Well, I could try. Well, yeah, okay. I can do that in the afternoons after the midday rush and before the evening rush starts. So I expect you to be here 2 hours. When I come looking for you, I expect you to be here with Doreen.
He nods, points to himself. Shup. Holds out his flask. What drink?
I think I may need one. Takes it, opens it, sip, closes it, and hands it back.
He
He smiles at her.
She nods and chuckles before going back to her duties. So I've explained the credits. You know where your room is. Outhouse is out the back. Aurora, if you see the door over there, he says, "Here, you need this." He hands you a key. Says, don't go into the main spring. There's a smaller spring where you can immerse yourself and such as you need. Well, actually, to be honest, I just know the water Nazi need a lot of water. What you need it for? You can lock it from the inside, yes. The only other people who've got a key are the 2 lasses, so they can get water for the customers, and myself. The small side spring is actually private. Yeah. All
Okay.
you got to do is hang up the red. There's a
Is it
red
boiling?
shield there that if you hang it up outside the curtain, people know not to go in there.
I'll be right back. I'm being summoned by my child.
Feed me, Mama. I'm hungry.
Power of command. Children seem to learn that one early. Yeah. Pain in the ass. Awesome, but a pain in the ass.
That's why they give them to you really, really, really young, because they're so cute. You fall in love with them, and then you remember that you were in love with them, and they turn into teenage monsters.
I don't know why they get called children. They should be called devil spawn. And I don't care what age they are. Devil spawn. Point.
Although, if they're devil spawn, doesn't that make you a devil?
I was a devil spawn once. Why wouldn't I be a devil?
Okay then. Glad you acknowledged
It
it.
also makes
Because eventually you graduate.
Yeah.
You go from being spawned to a full-on devil.
And then you become a mum or a dad, and then you just become one of the ancient devils. You just learn the tricks of the trade.
You become a devil matriarch.
Or a devil patriarch.
Yeah.
Vintissimo.
What about him?
So, yeah, a little bit. Oh, Amber, I really hope that works out for you. That would be awesome. Because most kids I know who've been brought up by homosexual or lesbian couples are actually extremely adjusted and awesome kids.
Congratulations, you got an awesome child.
But then again, most children who are brought up in so-called normal households or single-family ones also generally grow up to be decent people. Or awesome in their own way. Yeah. The barkeeper comes back after a bit and puts a tray down, and there's 4, in varying sizes, glasses with wine in them. Yeah. Each of my people, when they start, they get a welcoming wine. It's a from my better stock. So drink up and welcome.
Shup takes it gently, looks at it, looks back at the barkeep, sets it down, claps the guy hard on the back. Thank you.
He stumbles forward a step, shakes himself off, returns it with a lot more strength than you would expect, literally knocks you forward slightly. But yeah, and then he chuckles. tables and chat and get to know each other. Oh, on the tray seems to be some cheese, different types of cheeses, and what looks like to be small dry biscuits. Looks probably like the salty type.
Shuck picks up a piece of cheese and kind of sniffs at it and puts it in his mouth.
It's tangy from flavor.
25 minutes.
What was that?
There were no fries. There were only tater tots.
No, there's fries up on the top shelf. Crinkle fries.
It's actually tasty.
No,
You haven't
tater
tasted a
tots.
cheese like this
No.
before.
Yes. There are no fries.
There are 2 on the bottom shelf.
So,
Tater tots.
Tater
what are you
tots,
guys doing?
and 1
now?
on the top shelf that was
You're
crinkle.
just sitting at the
I
table.
did not
Each of
see
you has a
crinkle
glass of
fries.
wine,
So, have you looked today?
and there is a
Why
small
was that
platter of cheese and
Okay,
crackers.
because, well, we're having tater tots because that's what
Okay, I
I
don't have a problem with that. I like tater tots.
No, but I couldn't afford, couldn't
Thanks,
can't
check it
afford multiple rooms. You have an awful lot of cheese and wine.
The crackers we made this of. The cheese is, well, it's getting to the end, and to be honest, it's, if I don't use it, I'm going to have to throw it out, and I'd rather it be eaten before wasting it.
Fair enough. So that's why you get this one. Grabs a bit of cheese.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot. Aurora, the one
What?
for you is just grape
Yeah,
juice.
there's hot dogs.
Is it just grab and go hot dogs?
Unless you want tater tots. Tater tots are in the oven for 25 minutes. Otherwise, there's hot dogs.
Just didn't know if they were cooked yet.
They're cooked.
When you look closer at it, Amber, it doesn't seem to have. It doesn't have the bubbles that the other ones does.
And I'm back.
Welcome back. Did you duct tape the child and gag them with duct tape?
No, I just fed them.
Oh, that works too. Yeah. By the way, the innkeeper just bought a tablet with wine on it. Except for Aurora, who got grapefruit. Grape juice.
No, they just got
Yup.
grapefruit in a glass.
Grapefruit. That's grape juice.
Okay, grape juice or grapefruit juice? Because those are two different things.
Grape juice. It was
Grape juice, okay.
I was just imagining just like a little grapefruit just shoved into the glass.
You got it. Your cup is actually, again, the proper size. Everything you've been served here, the plates and everything are the proper size. And on the middle of the tray is a plate with different types of cheeses, 3 different types. One seems to be softer than the rest, the other one's tangy, and the other one's a mild creamy taste. Mild creamy cheese. And crackers.
Okay.
Oh, and
Did he say
I don't
why
know,
he brought the wine out?
as a welcoming present.
Ah.
He's in the tavern yet around, so if you want to talk to him, you can do that.
Yeah, she's going to eat and drink.
There's no tag. Why is there no tag? Where do I get that one?
Oh, it's called Midnight.
I don't have it. He stole my tag. Do you guys have? Okay, it's probably not on the side because you guys have not logged out and in. I'll clear that later.
I see it.
Yeah, I can give them to everyone.
Me too. I want.
Yeah, I already gave it to you.
Yay. No, Amber, he left the table. Awesome. Black. I get a black tag.
Ooh, edgy.
Well, everybody else is so bright.
Diablo gato.
Well, there's a midnight one.
Fun. Yeah, that's true.
Shep will turn to the other bard and kind of point at his hat as he very slowly reaches out towards it. The top hat.
Yeah, as you're reaching out for it, just props up his hat using his cane and lifts it off his head using it and moves it away from you. Like, why are you trying to grab my hat?
Shep, see?
Which one to see about it?
Look for lights.
No, nobody touches the hat. It's my hat.
He looks down. Okay.
Just puts his hat back on.
Yeah. So, you guys spend the next couple of hours together getting to know each other. When at various points throughout the day you're dragged off to learn your new abilities, Aurora is taught how to carry drinks first of all. That's where she'll start, and she'll gradually learn other skills over the days. Shook will be dragged off to start the painful process of learning to read and write. The first thing she will do is teach you the letters S, H, U, and P, and she will teach you to write your name.
It takes him the entire 2 hours, but he eventually learns to write his name.
Yeah, and she does. You have the feeling she's not really trying to hurry you, and she definitely seems to enjoy what she's doing. My God, I haven't had one of these for years. Sandwich with chips or crisp on it. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Sorry.
Now you sound like my daughter.
Salt and vinegar, the best.
Yep.
God, I miss. Oh God, I miss proper salt and vinegar chips with salt and vinegar. Fish and chips with salt and vinegar on it. Oh. Sorry. So. Yeah.
What was her name again?
Who?
The barkeep that's helping him. The serving waitress.
Tabby. Shop for Tabitha. Yeah. She does actually ask you a lot of questions. She does seem to be sympathetic towards you after she starts to understand, and once she realizes you are definitely not as stupid as you seem. Oh crap! Moment. Recharge cable. My phone's almost empty. Better get the cable on, or I'm going to drop.
Okay.
Recharging.
Woo!
Yeah, you get to know her a bit. She tells you about her childhood, that she's not originally from here. She came here with a father after her mother died in childbirth. Yeah. It's a nice, pleasant conversation. Definitely, if you want to, we can roleplay that out, Josh.
There's not necessarily a need to.
Well, considering you're going to be stuck here for the next couple of weeks, I don't mind doing that because it's a chance for you guys to get to know, for you to get to know one of the embassies.
Okay.
You don't have to, it's just an option. Actually, what Corey notices once she when she takes up the job in the evening of being the bouncer, one of the stable boys, every time he's not out working or anything, starts hanging out near you, and seems to be obsessed with you. Not in a bad way. It's more like hero worship than anything else.
Okay.
Well, I mean, you're big, you're strong, and you are pretty. I mean, even for a Goleth, even for one of your race, you're fairly well built. Because around here seem to be like you spend a lot of time traveling and everything, so you've built up a pretty solid form. Whereas the ones around here tend to be a little bit more thinner and more lithe in build. Not fat
Okay.
or anything. Just not, well, if you want to say, not the adventuring type.
Got it.
Got it.
She's going to smile at him and go, "What can I do you for?"
Can you really fight?
A little bit. I'm not, amazing superhero even, but
Could you maybe teach me a little bit?
how old is this kid?
You'd guess maybe 12, 13?
If your mom or dad say it's okay.
Don't have any. They got killed. Some of the town lads, they're always having a go at me because I don't have any parents.
Well, I can teach you a wee bit, but as long as you keep using it to defend yourself. Don't pick a fight, but I'll teach you how to finish one.
No, I don't like fighting. I just want to know enough that they'll leave me alone.
Alright, I can do that.
Really?
Sure, why not?
He's in absolute awe of you. He honestly expected you to basically tell him no. And you basically, it's like, whoa.
Whoa, man. Totally. Did you set a timer on the pot?
I asked you to set a timer on the tots
So
when I came in. I said,
guys,
can
I'm
you set a
actually
timer on the
starting to crash a bit
dots?
here because I didn't sleep so well last night. Even though I didn't do
said
anything
25
today, I
minutes.
didn't really sleep. So would you guys be angry if I sort of cut this session short this time and
That works.
do it next week? I'll add the extra time on next week.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, that's fine.
Cool. So if I remember correctly, Kasana and Count cannot do next Friday, but Thursday was okay, correct?
I
Yes.
cannot do
Yeah,
I
Thursday.
can make that work.
So you can't do Thursday. All right, you've got you're with are you in Slava's other group?
No, this is another different group.
Okay, yeah, on one of the other servers. How do we do this? I can't do. I need to grab some sleep. I probably wouldn't be on before 10. 10 is exactly. When do you guys all go to bed?
Depends.
Well, if you go to bed shortly, you'll be able to be up on time, Necro.
What do you think about continuing tomorrow?
Yeah.
At what time?
Just trying to work that out now if it works for the others. Yeah, generally yes, Amber, but at the moment 2 of the players can't actually, I would be introducing 2 new I would be introducing 2 new characters next week, so it would pretty much be a repeat of this session, just with them getting to know it. So I could actually send Kosana and Count to do a task. 2 more people. Possible, I don't know. I will talk to them and make the call, but I probably will not take them up in this group. Because at the moment I'm kind of happy with how it is. It's a small, group, good, stable group. It's got a good overview. Oh, well, yeah. I think I'll keep this group at 4 people for now. Are you guys okay with that?
I'm okay with that.
Works for me.
Yeah, well, that.
And I'm pretty sure okay. I will definitely have several NPCs, Amber. That's definitely the goal of this group, is to use more of the NPCs that are on the map. So we'll have several people popping in and out over the time once you've made a couple of levels. And just so you guys know, this is pretty much the town I plan on situating you for the first 4 or 5 levels. So you should, in game time, you'll probably be here for a few months at least. But I just wanted you guys to know that you're currently in your area of residence for now.
Okay.
Works for me.
Not giving XP. I will be doing the what's it called?
Milestones.
Milestone. Yeah, the milestone method.
So how often do I get to throw people out?
That depends. You are currently on roll 20. Roll a d20. I'll see what you roll anyway. A minute, in case you need it. There you go. You just click on the d20 there and it'll roll for you. Actually, the first day you do not get pestered at all. They're very respectful, very polite, understanding of the fact you're new. It seems all the locals are anyway, and at the moment there's no other outsiders except yous. It seems the people here know the rules, and well, as long as they're sober, they seem to accept them. No, she doesn't need to protect you. Although you definitely have 1 or 2 who cast a longer glance at you, but it's more out of curiosity than lust. It's more, oh, water Genasi. They don't associate a water Genasi with the desert. So you gain curious blicks from a few people, but it's nothing. A wind Genasi. Well, they don't associate Genasi with this area generally. And yes, actually, Kosana is standing there when some idiot actually gets drunk and starts to try to pick a fight with her. It's really impressive. She grabs him by the scruff, looks at him, sort of growls, and literally just throws him out the door. It happens within a few moments. After that, the few other idiots that were egging the other one on settled down, and they're sitting there with their noses in their beers and, yeah, decide not to draw attention to themselves. Again, as I offered Count to roleplay his learning to write and read, I would offer you to roleplay that scene out if you want, Corsana, just for the fun of it.
Yeah, we can pick that up next time.
Yeah, or just separately at some time when you guys have got a couple of minutes time, we can do that in direct message and such things. That's one thing. Slava encourages it. I also do encourage that the players spend time inside, in role playing on the side, so they get to know each other and such. And
Okay.
if they want to, so if they want to get to know somebody but do it privately, you can do it in direct message. Okay, I'm sure Josh and Joanne will not be doing that. They will probably just sit there and go blah 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 blah.
Well, I don't know. She might not want to talk to me.
You'll have to find out. Do you mean will there be a difference in time between this and the next session? No, you are actually pretty much role playing it's pretty much the first day there. You are role play the afternoon basically, from breakfast through to early afternoon. Trust me, that's harmless. We did what? 5 sessions just to get through a 18-hour period under Slava. Oh, Kasani, you can turn the recording off now. And could you send it to me?